So it's going to be 12:30 to, 9, maybe 10. The last 2 days I've started at 5 and I've finished at 3:15, so they've been really long days. But the key is they've gone fast. And that is what I've been looking for. A job that is varied, that takes me from place to place, keeps my mind active, not in an office, and the time goes fast. Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to another video. It is Sunday and I have completed my very first week of my new job. And I've just completed my 5th morning shift. I will be on the afternoon shifts next week and I'll be doing 4 of them. I did 5 this week, 5 a.m. starts, up at 4, left the house at 4:30. Anything later than that and I was going to be late. So got to work on time each and every day this week. I was doing buddy shifts. For the first 4 days I was in the passenger seat, and today I had my first day in the driver's seat. It was, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous turning up to work this morning. I knew it was going to happen. I just wanted to, get the day underway, and eventually I did get in the driver's seat and I did back the truck in and load up and then headed off for the day's events. I still had someone with me. And I made a video on Friday night feeling down, feeling confused as to whether I'd made the right decision in changing jobs, like a true sense of confusion, and it was bringing me down. I didn't quite know how to portray that. I didn't quite know how I was feeling. To be honest, I think this is I didn't quite know how I was feeling, but I wanted to make a video because I was feeling some kind of way, and life's a funny one, man. It's emotional at times, it's confusing at times, and being that I don't have alcohol and drugs to numb those feelings out, I've got to sit with them, and I have sat with them, and I've slept on it. And I've turned back up at work even when I've thought, fuck, I just want to throw this in, I want to give up. Giving up's not an option. I need the money. I knew that all I had to do was get through my first week so that next week I can get in that truck by myself, make the role my own, do things the way I want to do them. I've learned a hell of a lot, and I give complete, total credit and thanks to the 2 guys who I've been with this week. But we all do things differently. And so next week, tomorrow is my opportunity to get out there on the road in the truck by myself, which is what I always wanted to do. That's why I wanted this job. I didn't want the job to sit in the passenger seat with someone else. I didn't want the job to sit in the driver's seat with someone judging me all the time over there, constantly giving me tips and tricks. And look, I knew that was going to be the case. It's been a long week. It's been a really, really long, confusing, emotional week, but we've made it to the end of it. We've made it. 7 days. Another week over, another week sober. My first week at my new job, and next week I really get to enjoy it, I think. And I'm not going to tell you the exact company, I'm not going to tell you the exact role, but once I am comfortable, I will be taking my camera out with me, and I will be creating some form of content around my job and what it entails, and a day in the life. And I'm looking forward to that. So I've been doing 5 a.m. starts. Tomorrow I start at 12:30. They've put me on the afternoon shift. I think the morning shifts are pretty much locked down. The only reason I did them this week was to train with others. So it's going to be 12:30 to 9, maybe 10. The last 2 days I've started at 5 and I've finished at 3:15, so they've been really long days. But the key is they've gone fast. And that is what I've been looking for. A job that is varied, that takes me from place to place, keeps my mind active, not in an office, and the time goes fast. So even though I was feeling really totally confused and emotional on Friday night, and even yesterday, I feel like half of that is because I was still doing my training shifts. And as of right now, I've finished my first week. I'm happy with that. I'm feeling a lot better. And I would go so far as to say I'm even looking forward to my shift tomorrow. I was looking for all the excuses in the world, and that's what we do. All the excuses in the world as to why this is not going to work, why I should quit, why I should go back to an office job. I even applied for 2 office jobs because I was feeling that depressed at that time, but I pushed through. And that's what you got to do, man. You just got to keep turning up and things will turn around. Now, if I am going through post-acute withdrawal syndrome, then my brain is simply not working properly. And these decisions and these moments and conversations and, emotions are going to be confusing. My brain is recalibrating. That is what that's what it's doing. That is what it is straight up doing at the moment. My brain is kicking back into life after years, months and months and months and months and years of being numbed through alcohol and drug use. That's the straight up truth. And if I've got any hope, guys, this is the truth. This is the seriousness of it all. This is the reality. If I've got any hope in hell of getting my brain to work properly again, of getting my personality back after completely, totally abusing my brain and losing sight of who I am and just numbing myself out, and in doing so losing touch with reality a little bit, and most certainly losing touch with what's going on inside and who I am. Now, it's almost been 3 months. As you can see by the title, it's been 12 weeks, clean and sober, from drugs and alcohol. But I'm not out of the woods yet. I'm not out of the woods yet by any means. So I've still got my work cut out for me. And I would say I felt better during the first 30 days than I have during the third 30 days. But I reckon the fourth 30 days, we're going to turn that back around. I've got to trust the process. I have to. I've got no other choice. I've got to trust that my decision to start a new job is the right one. It's taken me a week to convince myself and my recalibrating brain that that was the right decision. But sitting here, 5 o'clock on a Sunday evening, my dad's been in town for 2 weeks. I didn't have a drink. I went to about 6 bars and pubs. I didn't have a drink. Yes, I was bored at times, but I removed myself from the situation when I'd had enough. And that's what you got to do. I've secured myself a new place. I move out on Friday. I've got 6 days left here. It's been good. It's given me a place to rest my head, a comfortable place. It's a nice house, but there's been a lot of alcohol around, and I've just had to focus on what I need to focus on. I've had to just look past it. I've had to see it for what it is, which is poison, and something that I cannot let back into my life. I cannot afford to relapse for so many reasons. And the most important one is because I've still got work to do. But we're 12 weeks clean and sober. Tomorrow I will make a video titled 12 weeks without consuming any alcohol and drugs. And I'll run through some things. Today was all about just discussing my job and discussing the fact that I am finally through my training and I will be out on the road flying solo with my cargo in the back, a whole bunch of orders, a whole bunch of customers, and it's not going to be forever, but it's okay for now. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to have a coffee. I've been drinking way too much caffeine. I've really got to tone that down a bit, but at the moment it's getting me through, and most certainly with these early starts, getting up at 4 a.m. 5 of the last 7 days was different. I have enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie, I have enjoyed it. I've gotten out of bed because I've had to, but once I'm up, once I'm in the car, once I've got some caffeine in my system, I'm actually enjoying it. So next week's going to be different. Of course, I'm not doing the early starts, which means that I'll be able to get enough sleep. I feel like I certainly haven't had enough sleep this last week. That's affected my emotions. It affects anyone's emotions when you're not sleeping enough, when you're not eating enough, and both of those things I've been dealing with. But I've stayed strong, and so can you. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.